Hey everyone, Dave's here. Wait for folks to join. Got some updates for you. And welcome. Welcome. Just east of Yuma, Arizona. The little town of Welton, Arizona. I've been riding almost 3 hours. Left at 7:15 local time, Arizona time this morning. Stayed at Yuma Proving Ground for my rest day. And it turns out I lost 30 pounds on my rest day. 30 pounds I lost. Yep, I packed up 30 pounds, put it in the mail, and sent it home. So that's why we're down to one camera. We're gonna do some cool things with the one camera. We're gonna start today with a live interview, and another exciting thing today. I have a decision to make here. In about 10 miles, I'm looking at doing a double today. Double distance. I feel fantastic after my rest day, and what's even more important is I have a 30-mile-an-hour direct tailwind, so I may go direct to Dateland. I'll make that decision here within the next hour. Yeah, so a couple updates. Had a really busy rest day. Sounds like a little bit of irony, but it was restful, but did a lot of work. As I mentioned, had to get a couple of boxes, pack up the stuff, streaming equipment, battery, cabling, and some ancillary extra weight stuff. Sent that, had to find a post office, so that was a little bit of a challenge. Even though I was on base, they had a little bit of a glitch with their post office, I guess. The person was out sick or something, and so I talked to the business side of the business side of the post office, and they agreed to take my packages. So they're on their way. I'm excited about that. What else? Had a live interview with, yep. Good. Oh, wow. Okay, we have a donation from Centuria Corporation just before we went live. Thank you, awesome Centuria Corporation. And $500, you're amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. It's just so inspirational for folks out here that I'm getting all kinds of text messages and emails and phone calls and live interviews. And like I said, I have the easy part. I just have to ride for this cause. So right, so the rest day was again very busy. Had a live interview with KUSI again. They're great people. Had the usual chores for a rest day, laundry, and of course I was on an Army base, so I got to go to the commissary on Sunday when I got there, and got a lot of good food and feel fantastic. So there's that. We're gonna get ready to pivot here, and we're gonna try something new since we're down to one camera. One of the things that I had envisioned for this ride, especially for sponsors, is give them an opportunity to chat online while I ride. And so we're going to test that out today. and you're going to get to meet our great moderator, John, that you've been hearing about in the background. He's going to join me live for a test call. And so you'll hear our Discord audio. And just bear with us in advance. This will be the first time we're going to test it live and try to do a little two-way audio so that we can kind of set the conditions for future conversations on this ride. John, how do you want to proceed? I'll just defer to you. So John's going to throw an overlay up. So what we imagine is kind of, I'll call it kind of our attempt at TV, so to speak. We'll kind of put who we're talking to, a little bit of their picture or something, and then, so that's kind of what John's doing now. Awesome. Are we live? Well, John,
one more second just to shut off your main microphone so they're not hearing you twice.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, there's a couple lines they're going to possibly hear twice, but we should be set on Discord audio now.
Okay. All right, cool. I've just pulled over here. I'm going to get my bearings just because I have to make a decision here about where I'm going to go next. I'm like already in Welton, and I'm pretty much where I thought I was going to stay for the night. So just forgive me. I'm just going to get oriented here. John, why don't you introduce yourself while I'm doing some live navigating here.
All right. My name is John Marich. I've been with Dustoff Technologies for just about 2 years now. I'm our Chief Technology Officer. And right now I work on some of our AI projects. I have a background in software engineering, focusing on game development, actually. A little bit relevant to Twitch there, which is how we got started on this whole journey, is that I've dealt with Twitch a lot in the past and brought it up as a potential, fundraiser. I actually did work on a Kickstarter game for a Twitch streamer as well, while we're on that subject, for Co-Carnage, and I worked on the Kickstarter prototype for his game that ended up dying, I think, about a year and a half after the Kickstarter went live. Unfortunately, it was a really cool project.
John, talk about some of the things you've been doing for Dustoff.
Yeah, I've been mostly working on an AI project, as I mentioned, working on call center AI, essentially. Definitely interesting and a good learning experience. Learned a lot more about how AI actually functions. And I know different AIs function different ways, but it's been a great insight compared to the gaming AI that I did while I was learning software engineer. That's a very different school of AI and the way it works. Let's see. Also, I've been heading up, some of our internal tech stuff, like making sure we're compliant with all the regulations we need and all that exciting stuff.
Awesome. That's fantastic. John, I just realized I had made it so fast to where I thought I was going to go in one day. I've passed my intended stop point for the night. And we've got a couple riders coming up on my left doing the Southern Tier. So they're joining here. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Dateland tonight. Yeah, good job. All right. We got a tandem. Look at that. So yeah, looks like I'm gonna head to Dateland because it's 35 miles, and with this tailwind, I could make it there super fast. We've got plenty of food and plenty of water. So looks like we're doing a double today, which is fantastic. So
yeah, that's amazing.
But the idea is 40-mile-an-hour tailwind expected this afternoon. So these are kind of days you gotta take advantage of, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm heading on. Got plenty of water and plenty of food. All right, John, I'm back with you. Thanks everyone for your patience. These are aviator tasks that we learned in flight school. Got to kind of do all the risk management, and when you're heading out here in the desert, you got to make sure that everything is legit. So
yeah, that's not some place you want to take risks or unnecessary risks rather.
Very risk, you got it. So anything going on in the chat, John, we need to talk about?
Yeah, we do have Eric from Centuria is in chat mentioning that they are also an SDVOSB.
Awesome, Eric.
And he says he only aspires to be able to do something like this. You're awesome, one pedal at a time, an amazing cause.
Eric, thank you. Thank you for the kind words. And I mean, not now when? I'm out here for another couple months, so bring your bike. Awesome.
And we also have Greg in chat again today, says hello, and asks, do you have a car following you? I don't know if that was just from earlier, he thought he saw one, or if just in general for a safety thing, which I think is maybe something to address.
Yeah, so Greg's asking about I guess I don't have to repeat, John, because they hear you, right?
Yeah.
No, that support car belonged to that group that just went by. And this is a self-supported ride for me for a couple of reasons. One, we're demonstrating the ability to, we've all been working remotely with COVID-19. I'd say this is working remotely to the extreme. I do this hour stream, but to be clear, I also take conference calls on the road, and we have internal meetings throughout the day, and in the morning and at night I'm working email, and so this is the ultimate in remote working. And since we're doing this to raise awareness for veterans affected by COVID-19, we wanted to minimize impact on local communities, and so kind of one army of one outreach, so to speak. So that's kind of how this got started, and so that's why self-supported. I mean, I've got a whole team. They're all working remotely. We're used to working remotely.
And then we also have your wife in chat again today. She says the Marsh Creek ladies say hi, and they're having lunch before going out on the boat.
Oh, fantastic. So welcome, Marsh Creek ladies. And they've got a big boating event planned this afternoon. So nice. We have the state of Florida has had substantial progress in COVID-19 vaccines, especially for the over 65 population. And so it's really a welcome progress. Florida and most of the ladies that are there have already had shot 2. So great.
We also have your mother in chat again. She just dropped in. She says, "Good morning, Dave. You are making great progress. Stay strong."
Well, we're going to make progress today. We're going to do a double. This is good. You don't get a chance to do a double very often. The last double I did was the last ride down the east coast of Florida. Had a 20-mile-an-hour tailwind and did 93 miles the last day. I had planned that in 2 days, but with the tailwind, I was able to get them both done. So anyway, we're taking a calculated risk here. As you can see, once I left there, Welton, that's pretty wide open. And it's only 10:15 here local, so why not?
How many miles have you done today?
Done just under 40, and it's another 35 to Dateland. But I'm with the tailwind, I've been cruising along at 16, 18 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah, so that's not too bad.
And so far, the road surfaces have been fine compared to previous days. So, and with the rest day, I feel pretty good. Rode through the Dome Valley this morning, and spectacular scenery. Went through the massive miles upon miles of farmland, green vegetable growth, lettuce, broccoli, and who knows what else, just all kinds of yummy vegetables there. Part of our great agriculture system here in the U.S. So this is great day.
A couple of minutes ago, I heard a new clanking sound that I haven't heard on the stream before. Was that something with your bike, or was that just something around you?
Clanking right now?
No, I don't hear it anymore. So maybe if it's still going, it's just not picking up on the stream. But it was definitely a new sound.
I'm very aware of noises, and I hear kind of a little bit of a rattle back there, but I think it's just some of the equipment that's secured tightly to the top of the rack. So, but it's been running. Trailer's been doing great. Been running real smooth. Just to kind of put it in perspective, right now I'm cruising along at a little over 19 miles an hour. So you gotta take advantage of days like today.
Yeah, cruising at 19. I think the only time I did that was when I lived in Boulder and was going down.
We got my wife an e-bike, an electric bike for Christmas. She's been my motor pacing trainer. For those mornings, she'd get out in front of me and I'd hang on. I would try to hang on unsuccessfully, I might add. There's, I guess, up front. I was listening to the San Diego news when I was waiting to go live, and they've got some weather hitting San Diego, I guess, and there's a cold front coming down from Canada, and it's heading all the way down through here. And part of that, the wind that we've got today, is it's part of that, I'm imagining. And tomorrow, in the next few days, which is a welcome bit of news. So the highs will be in the 60s here in the desert, compared to, I'm told, 120 during the summer. So, like I said, you don't get these days very often. You gotta. For those who ride, you know the deal. If you start and stop from your house, chances are you're going to hit a headwind and a tailwind all in the same day. Very rare where you get a tailwind for the entirety of your day.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of a 50-50 with riding in one direction. Is yeah, you're probably going to have the same all day. The bad thing is it could just be a headwind.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get plenty of those too. So the weather patterns for the spring anticipate off the Gulf of Mexico. The headwinds come off the Gulf of Mexico and hit East Texas. So plenty of days like today, but in reverse.
Those will be extra fun.
And they'll be hard to stream. It'll be hard to stream because it'll be hard to hear the microphone. There's that, Greg, that's that supported vehicle for these ladies up here who are riding.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, go ahead.
That was interesting. They had a tandem bike. How often do you see people doing long rides on one of those?
So one of the guys I want to have on for an interview is my neighbor, Lee, who is one of the pioneers of biking. He's ridden across Iowa. I don't want to do spoiler alert, but he's ridden across Iowa 16 times for the ride. I guess it's a big ride. They restrict the field to 35,000 riders. And he rides a tandem, or has ridden a tandem when he used to. I think he's aged out, and I don't think he rides that far anymore, but he's got some fantastic stories. I'll bring him on, and he's been instrumental to me personally, helping prepare me for this ride. And one of the cool things he did was build floors for my trailer, because the skin of the trailer is canvas, and all the weight in the trailer was causing too much stress on the seams. He built floors and worked great.
Oh yeah, that's nice. I'm surprised it didn't come with a floor in there. That seems like a crucial feature for a travel trip.
Well, it all comes down to weight.
Yeah.
It all comes down to weight.
Yeah, I guess it's mostly planned for
wood. Yeah.
Mostly planned for clothes and other lightweight features rather than carrying electronics to stream with.
Right. That's the big difference. Lithium-ion batteries and streaming equipment and all that is heavy. So yeah, it's all good.
I see you actually got some nice green here on the left.
Yeah, so this is part of the farming. Continuing to the farming, there's just tremendous. And look, there's cattle farms out to the left. If you can see them, there's miles and miles of dairy cows. Looks like, and wow, huge dairy farm there. And then you've got the greens and just what on Sunday when I came into Yuma Proving Ground, I rode through the Colorado River right by it, or over it several times. And almost all the irrigation in this area comes from the Colorado River and kind of gets segmented into canals. And I should have had my neighbor on today, because he was our good friends out in Idaho who we may see on this trip at some point. I'm told that would be awesome. But and they bring their new Airstream down to meet me. But he was in charge of water and science for Secretary of the Interior, and knows this land very well. So I'll pick his brain about how that works. But the irrigation down here is very, very scientific, sophisticated, very well constructed to keep all the vegetables and livestock going, all that.
So you're coming up to quite a big hill on your left. I actually thought that was a mountain much farther in the distance a few minutes ago.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I don't know what these are out here, other than maybe kind of monitoring sites. Some of them may be radar sites. You have Yuma Proving Ground. Like when I was riding through the Dome Valley this morning, I heard a lot of ordnance in the background. So I'm imagining there's a lot of testing with respect to ordnance and explosives for military, and ran into some Marines yesterday or the other day, and we're out here testing stuff. So these may be kind of early warning sites for radar sites for aircraft, so they don't get off target, going in the wrong direction, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
Completely speculating, but I'll go with my story.
Yep. Better speculation than I could give.
You can see we got a rail over here, some workers on the right. And of course, really 4 miles to the right is I-8, so it probably explains why we got a decent signal. Looks like there's some sort of quarry out in the distance left. See the telltale signs of stair steps. There's a big A on the top of that hill. I wonder if that's for University of Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's going to tell me.
You can kind of make it out on the stream. It's a blurry A. It's kind of like a triangle.
Yeah, looks like an A, but somebody on the stream will tell me. Any other questions coming in, John?
No, we're having a quiet day in chat today. I think just the regulars in.
All right, cool. We're connecting with Phoenix Media next. We've got kind of beginning those plans now to meet with media in Phoenix. And I met with one of the chapter presidents of Red, White, and Blue Association this morning. Had a great discussion yesterday with, and again this morning with the Yuma Proving Ground Public Affairs Office. It was great to connect with them, and met with Anna, and we had a little bit of a photo op send off this morning at the Yuma Proving Ground Visitor Center. We'll have some photos to follow of that right in front of the tanks and things of that nature. They got a lot of static displays there with a mountain backdrop. So it was really cool, and they're going to do an article in their installation newspaper. Started to make contact with some friends in El Paso at Fort Bliss. And so we're going to be connecting with some of my great friends and active duty service members, officers, senior enlisted, soldiers, there at Fort Bliss. Chat about the great work the Medical Service Corps is doing in supporting pandemic response. You want to stay tuned for that, folks, because the Army Medical Service Corps is really taking a leading role in vaccine distribution, things like coordination, setting up Homeland Defense, Homeland Response medical treatment facilities. They're instrumental in setting up places like the Javits Center and others. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. When we get to El Paso, we're going to have some live sessions there, or I don't know, we'll figure it out. May record it. I run a podcast. Spare time. I run a podcast. Silver Caduceus Association. In fact, we have a board meeting tonight. I just remembered as I'm riding. Hopefully, I'll get to Jakeland in time to join in for that. My good friend Kyle Campbell is the president there. There's a good chance to needle him because he can't defend himself, but he's an avid cyclist. and he's been telling me about his aspirations. There's a new craze. I say it's new. It's new to me. I've seen about a year now. It kind of became popular during the pandemic for riders who couldn't ride in groups, so they had to figure out their new adventures. It's called Everesting. And what Everesting means is you ride your bike in one day for time the equivalent of the elevation of Mount Everest, 27,000 feet. So you have to find some terrain where you can do laps, where you can do maybe like a 1 mile loop or a 2 mile loop, where you climb and descend, climb and descend, climb and descend in rapid succession. And I think the world record, forgive me, I don't know the exact, but it's somewhere around 8 hours. Humans like me, well, I wouldn't be able to do it, but humans who do that do it in like 23 hours. But the pros, they're around the 8 hour range. So my good friend Kyle's decided he wants to do this Everesting. And I just, had to give him a point of clarification. I just said, hey, just be clear, you're not towing an 80-pound trailer while you do this, right? And he said, no, of course not. Tough as you, of course not. So no, just good friend jesting. So looks like getting some pretty substantial rail work done here. Right. John, what else can we chat about today? I know we're down to one camera, folks, but making it work. We're going to get some live interviews. I think we've tested it out. I want to crowdsource it right now. How do you all like the two-way audio with our guests? Please post your answers in the chat.
Well, I think today has been a good test. Only in the last minute or so have you really had any bad breaking up, and you were still audible, at least for me.
Okay.
Hopefully it's not me just being used to, piecing together the breaking up.
Okay.
I don't think it was bad at all.
Okay, good. Yeah, I just wanted to check in, and we're going to have some more interviews and stuff, folks. So I want to make sure I'm on the right route here. I'm just following the leaders up here. Yeah, I'm good to go. Yeah, follow this road all the way down, and I think we get on I-8 eventually. So a recap for everyone who's joined. Had a rest day yesterday in Yuma. I lost 30 pounds on my rest day. Shipped 2 boxes home, and feels a lot lighter. Able to, I'm cruising here now at about 16. Of course, it's flat and I have a tailwind, but this gives me confidence. It'll be tough to climb. I'm confident of that, but you just kind of have to go with it. Rest day in Yuma Proving Ground yesterday, and taking a double today. I was supposed to stop there in Welton, but I got there so fast with the tailwind. I'm going to my next destination, Dateland, so I'll be camping tonight. And then after Dateland, there is 50 miles of no service. So tomorrow will be a long day. I have to pack tons of water, and I think it's almost all interstate. So there's that.
We do have a couple comments in chat. Your mother approves of the two-way radio.
All right, good.
And then we have Peter Schofield from Florida is asking, if you have a strong tailwind, will you continue past your planned stopping point for the night or pull over?
So Peter's question is, so I've already passed my planned stopping point, and I'm already en route to my tomorrow's destination. So I'm doing a double today.
All right, and then we also have Paul in chat today. He mentions that your audio switches from good to less good, like what I'm hearing. But he says, yeah, it'd be better for normal days to have just the audio from the bike. Says good luck and great to hear about the awesome tailwind.
Good. Okay, so we'll just have to pick the days where we do the interview. John, if you want, we could switch back to the bike audio now.
All right, I'll go ahead and switch us over.
Okay, I'm back on the normal audio. Hopefully we get a sound check, and that might be a little bit better. Can I get a thumbs up from the chat if that's any better? We're okay, good. Yeah, so it all comes down to microphones. When I'm in Discord talking to John, I've got the microphone in my ear and the AirPods, so you're probably getting a lot of wind. I've got a more high quality microphone connected to the GoPro for the streaming camera, so we're able to make that happen better, I think. So sound quality is probably a little bit better. I'll tell you what I love about this one camera. I'm selfish, but I'm able to ride in the aero bars and not worry about obstructing the face cam. So it feels a lot better. Tell you, the trunk pack behind my saddle feels a lot lighter too. There was a lot of weight in there to run the two cameras. Had double the battery packs and just really, I think it was putting a lot of stress on my bike frame too, just because of the twisting, and so I feel a lot more confident with the weight back there now. Plus, I can put extra beef jerky in that pack now, and if Ed's on, he'll understand what that's all about. I think we're coming up on 10 more minutes. Will be a total of an hour, right there, John, with the, okay. We'll try to stream for an hour, and that way we'll meet our goal. And I was just, yeah, some kind of grove. It's, sorry, my glasses are gotten sweat, so some kind of groves. Maybe we have some locals out here can tell me. It looks like lemons, of some, like yellow, maybe grapefruit, oranges. Oh no. It's hard to tell. But yeah, it's some kind of citrus. Okay, yeah. You can see it gets pretty remote pretty quick, but it's Interstate 8 still out there. We're paralleling. We're on old Highway 80. I'm not sure how much of it is still in service because it terminated for me in California, and then we're picking it up again here. So maybe bits and pieces of it. I guess this was kind of pre-interstate because you had Highway 66 and this is old Highway 80. Well, I just got onto one now. It'll be a second or two to get on the stream, but it's better here now. Yep. See some nice terrain, mountains out in the distance. I was told by the Red, White, and Blue Association this morning that they ran, cycled, hiked, and something else. An American flag from Yuma to Gila Bend. And that was fantastic. Fantastic story. It looks like we're going to try to connect with the Red, White, and Blue Association at some point along the ride because they have chapters throughout this ride and throughout this area, and have a lot of cyclists in that organization. So it's going to be another great opportunity for partnership for this cause. Looking forward to that. They can come out anytime and join the ride. They may be disappointed when they come out on their high-speed road bikes and peel it back on the speed a little bit, but camaraderie I'm sure will be great. It's, I'm going to estimate now we're down closer to 70. So that's a welcome. I'll take any pound at this point. Yeah, the max gross weight on this trailer is 100. So I was, with everything all in, I was pushing that, especially with when you have to take extra water, and it just, that may be the rattling you heard, John. The trailer's so light back there, it's dancing around. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. It's our great rail system. They're doing their maintenance. Yeah. Let's see what I'm cruising at here. 18 miles an hour. The winds this afternoon are forecasted at about 3 p.m. local to gust up to 40 from the west. And so far they're right on my tail. And yeah, I'm at 18.8 miles an hour right now. So the gusts of wind, you know, it's on a bike, you really have to be mindful, especially kind of carrying this kind of weight and the trailer. And the winds that are the most devastating, of course, would be headwinds, because they would slow you down immediately. And then crosswinds. And crosswinds can be devastating just because they can kind of move you off course. So I'm very mindful of winds. I always know which way the winds are blowing or forecast, and I look at signs like flags and other cues to see which way the wind's blowing. And try to be mindful. Obviously, I can't control the wind, but I can control two things. One, my attitude, if it's a headwind, and two, I can kind of control my strategy on how to deal with it. So that's all. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do for the tail end of our stream up here. Looks like we have a rest stop, and I'm going to pull up and kind of give everybody a wave here at the end, prop up my bike in the rest area, and sign off for the day. Again, riding for Wounded Warrior Project, raising awareness for veterans affected by COVID-19. As I said, we're doing the daily double today, riding to my tomorrow's destination today. And I mean, it's still not even 11 o'clock local here, and I'm way past where I was supposed to stop last night, or tonight, rather. And so tomorrow then will be Gila Bend, and I'm told there's a remnant of the one of the twin towers there. So I'll try to get a photo of that. As you all recall, I've mentioned it here. This year's the 20th anniversary of 9/11. It's it's gone very quickly. I'm sure most of you, if not all of you on this call, can remember where you were on 9/11. I sure do. I was at University of North Carolina. So that's kind of cool. I got a built-in fence here, or building, to prop up the bike to sign off. I'm gonna take my chair off the back. You still with me, John? Prop it up out here in front of the camera. Oop, let me get clean my glasses. So I can see what I'm doing. So we're going to be creative with the one camera. This is one way we can do it. Really enjoying today. This is a welcome change compared to the mountains we had. Feel really good today. So join tomorrow. We'll head up to Gila Bend and then make the turn north to Phoenix. Any other final thoughts, John, that I need to share? Okay, good. So we'll sign off for the day.